Alright. What's up, everybody, and welcome back. We've got Solar in the bottom right side of the map, playing up against Creator in the top left. Creator's been looking very good lately, but so has Solar. And this is the ESL Weekly, I believe week number 190. So far, no units lost, and it was an early Stalker for Creator, looking for the Overlord, but the Overlord just chilling next to the pillar for now. And this Stalker actually, no way. Oh, he's going for the Overlord sniper the other side of the map. Creator, a cheeky maneuver there. Solar is going to come forward with 4 Lings and a Queen. The Stalker's going to try and micro that Overlord down, but it looks like pretty risky. There's only like 4 more shots, I think, to kill that. Oh, but he doesn't want to risk losing the Stalker. So, you know what? Good defense by Solar. Keeps the Overlord alive. I'd pull that way back if I were him. And he's got a 3rd hatchery on the way. No one on gas right now. Fully focused on the economy. And because he's not dark, he's going to build some more Overlords right now. Interesting. He was so confident that he was going to keep this Overlord alive that he never even started an extra Overlord. That's really cool. I would have definitely started 1 or 2 Overlords in preparation for that to go down, but he's a bit calmer than I am. Now, double Oracle's been hidden in the back. Notice that this looks like a normal opening. You've got a pretty quick warp gate. Not that quick, but kind of normal time. You built a Stalker first. It could be a Twilight Council build. So Solar may end up going for a Roach Warren in the near future, and maybe a second gas as well, potentially. You can see putting back on gas, getting the Roach Warren for now, because he's not sure what's happening. We also haven't seen any Spore Crawlers, so these Oracles are going to look to get across the map without getting spotted, dive in, and do some damage. There is 6 Queens building, though, and they should be out in time, but will they be in the right position? So if Solar can see these Oracles, that'll be big. Oh, he splits his Lings off at the perfect time, and he sees it. He sees it, but did he notice it? We're on Solar's camera. Solar's not paying attention. He's looking at his Overlord at the front. He wasn't paying attention. Oh, he got vision of it, but he didn't notice. Now he builds the Spore Crawlers. Oh, luckily his Queens are well positioned. If the Oracles went to the 3rd, they would have found big value. They go for the main, and they're going to kill 1, 2, 3, and 4 drones. Just still a decent... Oh, he even gets a 5th. Still a good first wave, 5 drones. But when you hide it like this, they are a little bit later, those drone kills, than the normal first Oracle or 2. So it's not as impactful as a normal first Oracle going straight across the map, killing 5 workers. It's still very good for Creator. Nice, tricky opening. And he's going to go Forge, Twilight, and a 3rd and 4th gas behind it. Oracle's now going to clean up this Pervert. He's been hanging out on the Pervert pillar this whole time, and Creator said, it's enough, man. Enough's enough. I don't like feeling like someone's watching me from the shadows the whole time. He looks under the bed, and he finds a goddamn Pervert there. Obviously, we know what you do to someone you find sneakily hiding in your wardrobe or under the bed. And if they're lucky, you will call the police. But depends, you know, if you're in Texas, just get that bird shot out, mate. Bloody pepper them up real good. Anyways, gateways are on the way. Robo as well. Okay, so it looks like a kind of macro-centric Blink style. Ooh, Chrono, but no probe production. Slight mistake there, but he corrects it almost immediately. This was just 2 Oracles over here, 1 Oracle at home. Gets 2 drones at a bit of mining time. I like Solar, how quick he is at pulling the drones away, but Creator just threw that Oracle away. That's a problem. Was not worth it. Got a bit too antsy. Probably should have just recalled from the corner there. I think he felt trapped in the pocket. Didn't want to waste recall on it. It ends up costing him. It's a very mixed army. This is how Creator plays. Creator doesn't really have any sharp edges in his PvZ unless he's got a very kind of tight timing attack that he's focusing on. As I say that, he's not taking gases. What an interesting build. If he's getting up to 8 gateways, right? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 gateways plus 3 down there is 8. He's doing nothing but making Stalkers, which makes it actually look like he is committing to a big all-in. The fact that he built Sentries, such an early Robo, all this stuff I thought I would have associated with playing more of a macro style. And he is taking a cannon and a gas. But he's definitely putting on some pretty heavy pressure with these Blink Stalkers. Looks like he still hasn't found any damage with that second Oracle. First Oracle that died was the one who'd got all the last hits so far. 68 drones, 4th base on the way, and nothing but Roaches, Zerglings, +1 melee, Roach speed, and Baneling Nest. Solar's playing reasonably safe, but he hasn't seen this attack coming, and that's an issue. He doesn't have Roach speed yet. He can't really retreat very well here. Already 1 Roach and a few Zerglings go down. Just trying to make some Ravages. If he already had those, I could imagine him defending. Without the Ravages, it's going to be tough. Good Transfusers. He's already used those before the fight's really started. Hasn't really forced any spells out of the Sentries. Hasn't done much to the Stalkers yet. One of the Queens goes down. Couple of force fields there. The Stalkers kind of all blink back. A little derpy there. A few Stalkers getting taken out on the very top of our screen from the Zergling flank. A few more of these Stalkers start to fall. Units lost tab still looking pretty good though. 2 Stalkers in total for 25 Zerglings and 3 Roaches. That's a good trade for Creator, and it could spiral out of control if Solar's not careful. Lings try to go for a backstab, but the cannon and the battery do defend them just fine. Roach Ravager on the front. Outnumbered by these Stalkers right now. You do not want to be fighting when you're outnumbered. The Ravagers help out. The Creep helps out. There is a close rally point, and the last Queens are being pulled into this fight. There's only 3 Queens left on the map for Solar. But it looks like he's held back Creator. Creator might need to pop this one back in his pants for now. Looks like he is running out of steam a little bit. Up to 10 Stalkers dying now. So the losses are really starting to mount. And remember, he doesn't have a 4th base, no Robo Bay. Feels like he's incredibly committed right now. If he can get rid of those Queens, the Oracles will have a bit of a party. For now, though, Zerglings, I think the Oracles should probably go after those. Oh, goodbye Queens! With the Queens gone, the Oracles can dive. If the Oracles can dive on that Queen, start sniping down Ravagers. These Zealots do get surrounded. Nice move by Solar. Gets one of them. The other one is deep in the red. Stalker's going to blink back. 6 gas, 2nd Robo Bay, and now a 4th Nexus in the top right corner. Most players like to take this middle base. Creator says screw that. Goes for the top right. I wonder how you wall this off. Do you just wall up here, or do you try to actually wall at the ramps? Because this choke point's pretty nice. But that ramp on the left is wide open. 4 Zealot drop going to head towards Solar's main. Solar is up on 76 workers now, so his 4th is saturated. It's very deep in the red hit points, but at least it's mining now. Oracles come in, grab 3 drones, and then just pull on back. Solar's creep spread starting to spread in the middle a little. I think he just lost an Overseer up here as well. See a bunch of Stalkers there, and a red dot disappeared. Ling Ravager thinking about jumping on top of the Stalker pack, getting him out of the Zerg territory so he can spread creep again. Creator not going to hang around too long. He's already lost 1 Stalker here. Make it 2, 3. Oh, costly. Stalkers are not cheap units, remember. Baneling speed plus 2 melee, and most importantly the Hive. I wonder, will Solar just go Vipers and Adrenal Glands and stay on Ravagerling Bane, or will he try to get something like Broodlords out, or Ultralisks? Ultras are pretty rare in this matchup. Zealot's doing a nice little hold there against the Zerglings, but has to pick up and get out. He's just too outnumbered. Plus 2 attack, verse plus 1. Plus 2 melee, still just a little ways away. A few Zerglings splitting off the left. The Observer keeps seeing them split off though, which is nice. And interestingly, he's already morphed those into Banelings right there. Just on the other side of that grass. Creator can't see it. Colossus building 2 at a time. The first 2 Colossus are already out. Number 3 and 4 are going to be here. Viper starts up, but Solar really needs 2 Vipers. It's actually so important. If he can abduct all 4 Colossus, he just will crush. But if there's 4 Colossus and you can only abduct 2 of them, it becomes a very different sort of engagement. Zealots versus Banelings. The Zealots do end up cleaning those up. Nice trade for them. Zerglings will, of course, split off to clean up the straggler Zealots on the left side. Ravager, Roachling, Bane on that right. Sentries do force field them. Nice Biles landing on the Colossus. Viper's already gathering energy right now in the natural. Oh, it just started. Just going to try and consume that energy and get over there. Creator's got a bunch of sentries he's warping in. He's really committed right now. Zerglings breach the natural. There is a cannon there. That's important. That cannon and the Immortal coming out might be able to hang on if he warps in a few units, which he does. Diffuse Zealots and some Oracles. Creator holds on. Kills the 4th base Solar. A lot of Overlords in the open right now. That's going to force him to engage. Does come forward to try and force these Stalkers back to get those Overlords out of there. Solar splitting another big pack of Lings across for potentially another big run by, realizing he is catching Creator's door down, but he hasn't found any big direct damage just yet. Still only 1 Viper in this game. Massling gets in. Oracles have energy though. Oracles with energy, Zealots, and the cannon is almost rebuilt as well. Oh, Zerglings will take out the battery on Creator's 3rd base. And, oh, okay. I mean, there's no warping or anything. This is looking pretty nice right now. 1 more cannon holds on, but then hold position. He's going to get 4 or 5 of those probes. 7 probes very quickly. Forces Creator's whole army home to deal with it. Rando Zealot runs in, gets himself killed. Few Zealots waiting in the bottom left for a run by. There's only 1 Spine Crawler guarding that base. Solar's mining is really hurting right now. You can see he's oversaturated on his 3rd here. He's trying to transfer workers up to this 5th base, which is actually the 4th that's been rebuilt. 2 more Vipers are on the way, so he's going to try and go triple Viper, Ravagerling, Bane. But now Storm's on the way. If Creator can get a Psy Storm, his army's going to scale better. Like, if Creator just all-ins, then I think Solar does fine. Pylon tries to go up. Solar just clicks on that. 1 or 2 Banelings take it out. And looks like those probes will go down, but not too many of them. And a few probes dying is not the end of the world here. Creator can just rebuild those. He's not really playing a high economy style anyway. +3 melee is on the way right now for Solar. He's still on single Evo. No sign of a Great Aspire. No sign of a Hydroden or Lurkaden. Solar is sitting on Ravager Bane in a long game against a 4-base Protoss. Does he not know about the 4th? Like, he knows about it. I don't think you can sit on just Ravagerling Bane Viper this long. Because now that there's High Templar out, unless he screws up his feedbacks and lets you abduct the Colossus, that army of Protoss is going to beat your army. Especially a few Psystorms. It's going to be amazing. Creator does need more High Templar because he actually needs more Storm. Nexus gets cancelled on the left. Stalkers do get pushed back in the middle. But yeah, like he's making Overlord speed and Solar's just banking up. No tech. No tech on the way at all. I think this works against most Protoss players because most Protoss players just try to kill you with a mass Stalker attack, but Creator's adding Archons. He's adding +3 attack. He's got Psystorm and 4 High Templar stacking up energy now. Each one of those High Templar has, 2 of them have a feedback and a Storm available. The other 2 just have a Storm or 2 feedbacks, depending on what they use. Look at that, Storm's coming in. He's got Force Fields as well. He's going to start splitting the army with Force Fields. Oh, so much Lingbane walking into Psystorm Colossus. That is a savage engagement there by Creator. He just absolutely annihilated that army. If you're not denying the 4th and overwhelming and killing the probes and trading all the time, that Protoss army just gets way stronger. Solar was banking on Creator pushing into him and handing a nice engagement to him, but Creator just played patient, waited, added all the pieces that he needed, and that Ravagerling Bane army was well past its use-by date. Alright guys, Solar got a bit too stuck on the low-tier tech in that last game, and he's going to go 14 hatchery here to try and stop the scout. The thing is, a 14 hatch, does he even get it? Okay, he does get it. And 15-15 is a much better build than this. Yeah, because that Overlord sits there, you lose lava production. I really feel 15-15 is so much stronger than this opening, but it does require, this plays more like a normal opening. You're just a little behind on stuff because you give up a bunch of mineral mining by delaying those drones. I'd still say it's a build advantage for Solar. If Creator wasn't going for the block, he would have built 3 more drones and then built the hatchery, and it would still be okay. Not the smoothest, but all right. Creator's going Gateway and Gas in the top left. I love his patience. I think relying on Stalkers to win you the game aggressively is a great way to lose PvZ. Stalkers are just there to allow you to defend, pressure, and then get all of the fancy pieces up. You never want to headbutt onto creep with Stalkers, in my opinion. You want to just methodically add those pieces to counter those Zerg armies, especially if you've got the Zerg under your control like you did in that game. So I really like that, adding Storm, the High Templar, really nicely done. So when there's early game, I do like to answer questions in the chat. If you guys are ever watching live, shout them out towards the end of games. What does feedback do? Feedback is a High Templar ability. You cast it on a single enemy spellcaster, and it will burn all of their mana down to 0. And it does half a damage point for each one of that. So if they're at max energy, they'll take 100 damage, which single shots a full energy Ghost or Infestor. That can't kill a Viper though, because a Viper has 150 hit points, but it'll get it very damaged. Stargate goes up in the top of the map. Don't think he's being too fancy about hiding it. No fake on the Warp Gate, just chronoing Adepts. Does he chrono 2 Adepts? Is of course my big question. I do like mixing in double Adept pressure. Oh, the Urubus were mating! Sorry guys, we only got a glimpse of it, but the 2 Urubus were definitely mating up there. That's a rare occurrence. But it's good to see the Urubu population will be continuing. Double Adept chrono, nice. It's going to force a lot more Lings out of Solar, really test his early game defense, see how solid it is. 3rd Queen's on the way. We should be seeing an Overlord next, and then drones after that. But there's only a few Zerglings out, so he's going to have to build a few more Zerglings first. 2nd Adept Shade's coming forward. And did Solar see the Stargate? No, but he's got a 2nd Overlord up there. If this is a Void Ray and he hunts down both of these, that'd be great. But it's actually just an Oracle, never mind. And he'll chrono boost that in a moment. 50 energy comes in, pylon into chrono. And these 2 Adepts do take a few Queen hits. Nice job by Solar to really soften up those Adepts. Ling speed's still about 15 seconds away. He could go hide off creep there, and indeed he will. Lings are going to try and chase. There's not that much space to micro on this map. Oh, he didn't focus fire that one. Oh, good surround by Solar. Very good handling. Solar built like 10-12 Zerglings, and getting the Adept kills makes that worth it. If you manage to just force all those units out, pick off a few Zerglings, get in, get out. That's great for Creator because he's lowered his worker count. He's only at 33 drones, right? He's lowered that in order to get those Lings out. But because he gets the trade on the Adepts and now he has Ling pressure on the other side of the map, it's a big advantage, or a good small advantage for Solar in this early game. Queen's moving rather than shooting. Bit of miss micro from Solar. Solar there is like, geez, what did I just press? And 6 drones go down. Solar no doubt going, what the hell, man? I swear I pressed the button. I'm not this bad. I promise. I promise. Void Ray's on the way. So this was Oracle, Void Ray Oracle. This is a classic creator build, guys. His Robo will go down here right now. And he's going to make a few sentries, a couple of immortals, and he's just going to have this weird hodgepodge mix of units with a very late Twilight Forge. 3rd Oracle's on the way as well. 2 more Adepts are coming in. They're going to take out just a couple Zerglings. Oh, the drones go after them. It does present a nice juicy target. And they're trying to one-shot as many of these Zerglings as they can. At least they're denying a bit of mining time. A little bit of disruption is better than nothing. And Queens do shut it down in the end. So far, very good defense by Solar, but you got to be careful. Those Oracles and those Void Rays are going to keep coming. They're going to keep coming and coming. One of the Oracles did, of course, go down before. 4 Queens ready to push that Void Ray back. 2 Queens in the main as well, more than enough for it. 2 Queens beat a Void Ray pretty hard, but if you bring your 2 Oracles down here as well, you can take these Queens out and go ham in that main base. Notice that he's skipped the Spore Crawler in the main and the 3rd, and he's going to have to be a little careful with that. The Queens have moved down. Oh, good job. Gets a bit of damage on the Void Ray. Oracle's chilling in the middle. Where's that Robo? Wait a second. He's going 3 more Gateways Twilight Forge with no Robo. This is a different way of doing it. I think Creator's trying to play the same style he did last game, just in a different order. He's getting the Gateways for safety, and the reason is this is a small map, and Solar is famous for bricking his opponents. If you guys ever have an enemy in life, you'll notice a common method that a lot of humans who grow up in shittier communities with worse cultures than others. Basically, what they'll do is they'll ambush the person with a brick. They'll pop out from behind them, smash a brick in the back of their head, and literally murder them. And that's kind of how Solar plays PvZ. This man is not technical. He's not honorable. He just looks for the most clean, not clean, but I guess brutal, efficient way to kill his opponent. And he's big at walking Queens across the map, shoving Mass Roach Ravager. So Creator felt like, I need more gateways, so in case one of those attacks materializes on such a small map, I can, warp in 5 gates of units and defend. And he's actually moving across for a bit of a pressure while taking a 4th base, but that means his 3rd base, he's going to lose the cannon and the Stalker that's building. And the Oracle will chase those Zerglings off. Doesn't turn its laser beam on, knowing Solar has to back away. Well-timed 4th base. Blink, +1, coming in. They're about 3/4 of the way done. He also just chronoed both of those. Solar's going for melee. He's on a total of 5 gases now. You can see he's just started to mine all 5 of those. His own 4th base is finished. And if Solar can get that saturated, he'll be feeling a lot better. But right now, he's still trying to figure out what the hell is Creator up to. And he doesn't know about that Nexus in the bottom left. You don't want to go too deep there because a force field could trap you in. Actually, I guess they could still run around the top, but it's a little scary, especially with the cannon and the Oracles there. Creator's now got the Robo and a 2nd Forge. He's playing double Forge. I don't like that style. I really, at the best of times, I don't like it, but especially if he just tries to play the Mass Blink, Mass Forge, like double Forge style, I think that is, it can work for sure, but I don't know. This feels like a bit of a weird setup to be going double Forge. In my mind, splash damage is so urgent. He needs it like right now. But for him, he's like, screw it. 2-1 Blink Stalkers. Let's do it, man. He's on 5 gates going to 6. Stasis Trap gets a big freezy freeze. That's very good. 75 drones for Zerg, 77 for Protoss. Solar's Baneling speed's very late. Just started up. This +2 melee is not that early either. It's not going to be starting till about 8 minutes 20 or so, assuming he remembers it immediately. 2nd Robo Bay is on the way now. That's been very heavily delayed by the 2nd Forge. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. If you end up with a 3-2-4 Colossus timing or something like that hits at like, I don't know, 11.5 minutes, maybe. Could work out. Could work out. I'm always a hater on the double Forge because I feel you're very vulnerable in the interim, but he's got a Void Ray, he's got 2 Oracles. He's trying to hold back the creep a little. Oh, you do not want to lose that Void Ray, man. It does keep it alive, but it's very fragile. Ling Roach, Ravager Bane getting forward. Solar's got a bit of a Zerg protrusion right now that he's having trouble containing. He's not even started +2 melee. There we go. Does start it up 850. So it's just a +1 melee Ravager Ling Bane timing. Wouldn't you love to have some Colossus or Disruptors out versus this? But as I pointed out before, he's just not ready. Creator's just not ready, man. He's got Stalkers. His 2-1 upgrades will be ready. But I don't think he has the numbers to withstand this avalanche. And Solar's got Banelings running in the top. There are some sentries there. Stasis traps are slowing them down, but not stopping them entirely. Oracles! One of the Oracles goes down to Corrosive Bile. Good pullback on the probes. Look at the Baneling count, man. Stalkers try to blink back. They're trying to spread a little bit. Oh, man. He needs to force field that base. Banelings! They do actually get trapped a bunch there. That was actually very cute force fields. But he's just a bit too late on his splash damage. His 4th base is going to go down. And that's what Double Forge, you know, that's why I criticize it. Because it's surviving this sort of timing that's more of a priority in my mind. Especially after a bit of a weird opening like Creator did. I'm sure there's arguments against it. I mean, if that wasn't such a slick timing from Solar, those Colossus would have been out, 2-1 would have been done. Solar's a very good player. You can't rely on him being a bit too late there. And I think Solar's now just large and in charge. Because 5th base is there. You can drone that if you want. Or you can just go for round 2. Trying to take a 4th in the top is Creator now. He's going to transfer workers out of his main base, as you can see. Put them on gas here. A lot of these probes are heavily damaged. He's going to have 4 Colossus, 16 Stalkers, and Charge finished just after those Zealot Warpins, but I don't think Charge is a priority at all with this style. The Zerg is almost always going to come to you. Prism is still ready on the bottom. Lots of Lings getting ready to run by. There's an Oracle on patrol. Zealot in the wall. Colossus standing duty at the 3rd base as well. Infestation Pits finishing up. And Solar's going to throw another insane wave of units, probably with +2 melee. And I don't know what you're supposed to do against this as Creator, because, yeah, okay, force fields have to be clutch, basically. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can have 7 to 9 force fields available. And that can definitely stall out the advance of the Zerg, maybe split the army into chunks. Normally, I'm a big fan of Disruptors, but the Colossus has definitely gained power recently. Notice it is a 9-range Colossus. Oh, actually, these don't have the range upgrade. Oh, we forgot range upgrade. There's 7-range Colossus. Oh, no. Probe's trying to evacuate that base, but on the top, my lord. My lord! So many roly-polies! Oh my god, is this a StarCraft game or are we watching Dark Souls right now? Because all I'm seeing is roly-poly, absolute obliteration, man. Amazing micro from Creator. I don't know how he kept any workers alive and all 4 Colossi. Like, that was kind of crazy, but you still lost too much because you're down 30 workers. Solar's like, lol, I'll just remax go again, remax go again. It is kind of surprising he hasn't actually built any more workers, but I think when you keep the Protoss this small, you don't need to, and you're kind of locked in just making Ravager Ling Bane now into more Ravager Ling Bane. 2-2 upgrades are done. 3-2 will be ready soon for Protoss. They definitely do help out those upgrades. The critical mass doesn't feel like it's quite there. Adrenal Glands and a single Viper starting up. Very gas-starved right now is Solar. The Immortal in the wall says you're wearing the wrong shoes. The angry little rats come in and go, no, we want to go to the club, man. Let us in the Protoss Disco Club. The Immortal says, no, you're wearing the wrong shoes. You're not allowed in. They're actually literally going to kill him. 35 Zerglings against 1 Immortal Bouncer. The Immortal Colossus getting overrun by Banelings and Roaches. Creator just does not have the numbers. They get separated from the Archon Stalker down there. 1 Colossus still stands. These Stalkers getting overrun. Solar is just chucking units at him right now. He says, yeah, man, catch this. Now catch this. Now catch this. Creator's arms have been chopped off by the pace of which the balls have been rolled at him and thrown at him. And he is unable to hang on. I mean, he's got this like little hodgepodge of units. 18 kill Void Ray, 11 kill Oracle, 34 kill Colossus, 7 kill Archon, and 0 kill Archon. Those guys just walked in, by the way. 2 kill Stalker, 2 kill Stalker, 6 kill, 5 kill, 4 kill, 4 kill, 5 kill, 4 kill. His units are vets at this point. There's an 8 kill Stalker and a 9 kill Stalker in that natural. I mean, they've done a lot of work, and that's kind of the style Creator plays with this style. But yeah, definitely needed that splash out just a little bit earlier. And I love that Solar didn't wait for +2 for his first attack. It's what gave him that crazy numbers advantage. Banelings take out one of the batteries. They actually didn't take out the other one. They finally do there. Battery overcharge being powered by the Warp Prism, though. I was like, how is that still healing? The Warp Prism powered it. Creator pulling out some slick moves, but not enough to hold on against the onslaught of the roly-polies. Alright. We're into game 3. Solar. Getting it with the Ravagerling Bane last game. Creator in the bottom left. Going for delayed double upgrades. And surprise, surprise, it doesn't pay off. Just like always. Because remember, guys, if you're on Blink Stalkers, you have urgency to get towards units that are good units. And going for double upgrades on your bad units just only makes them slightly less bad. It doesn't make them good yet. I definitely prefer, if you're going to go for the second forge, adding it a bit later. And I know it's kind of weird going double Robo Colossus then into it, but that's just my 2 cents. I've never been a big fan of the double forge PvZ styles. It has its place. You can mix it in. But off of that opening, I think was like the worst case scenario for it. Because Creator was already a little slow on everything, having gone for 5 gates. Not really exerted any pressure. His Blinking +1 was late. He had very little map presence. And he definitely needed to actually kind of rush up that tech tree for sure. Anyways, it's Ancient Cistern, big boy map, big macro map. I actually think that might favor Creator. Just because if you think about it, the biggest threat from Solar is him bricking you. Whereas the biggest threat from Creator is like his late game's really technical. He's very patient. He's very chilled out. He's like super happy to just play that style. And Solar, on the other hand, he's a mid-game EVP player. He's always been about like getting a good read on what his opponent's doing and then hard countering it and winning in the mid-game. He can play late game. He's not terrible at it, but it's not his specialty. And you can just look at the way he plays and see how few reps he gets in the late game because he doesn't try to go to the late game. He tries to win in the mid game. Shout out to Cryomancer in the chat. Has a hurricane coming. Oh, damn. Wishing you the best of safety there. Where are hurricanes at in the world right now? I hope you're all doing well. After like floods and fires for a few years, it's been a pretty chill year, but apparently the bushfires are going to be pretty bad again this year, and we're about to enter springtime, so we'll see how it goes. Stargate opening once again. First Adept's out, just waiting just outside of Overlord vision. Second Adept on the way as well. But no Lings attempted to go in. Very chilled play from Solar. Not trying to get any extra information or anything like that. Bit of a supply block for a moment there, but that Queen does queue up as well as a few extra drones. 36 supply block is natural. As long as the Overlord pops before the lava injects do, usually you're still doing decently in terms of efficiency. And he starts another Overlord immediately on 42. So once again, a very minimal supply block on 44. Basically the one that's just built into an optimized build. It is slowing down this Queen from starting, but that's okay. I actually think Solar's openings are pretty darn tight. And yeah, he's going up heavily into the Queen. Seems like he's got a good read on what's happening. And Creator's playing very passive. He's already got another pylon going. Wow, already straight up to 4 pylons. I guess if you're going to non-stop build probes and oracles, you kind of need to make sure of that, right? It's chronoed his second oracle as well, so no delays on that. Might even see a third oracle out of him. First oracle comes in, should have been spotted, and this shouldn't really be able to find anything. 2 queens move to intercept. He's going to dive. Oh, that's a crazy move. Oh, crazy move for Creator. Almost loses the oracle. He gets 2 drones, he gets out, so arguably you can still just use that as a defense oracle. Doesn't matter if it's damaged, it'll still kill units that don't shoot up. But isn't really going to be very useful recycling as an offensive one. So you can come home, swap out with this oracle, let that guy go across the map. And we do have a third oracle on the way as well. Stalker's going to take out the Overlord in the back. And Solar, if he saves that, which I think he can. Actually, no, I think the Stalker can just rotate. I think it'll just survive for a few more seconds, basically. As long as the Stalker goes to the high ground, it should die. Creator's not babysitting it, though. He's going into 2 Adepts right now. Hasn't got any kills just yet. Those 18 Zerglings are on the wrong side of the map. A lot of mining time, a lot of disruption going in. Gets 1, 2 drones. Makes it. Oh, he could have got 3. Bit of a mistake there for Creator. Does shade them into that third. And 4 drones and a bunch of mining time. Pulls the Lings home. Very well done. That Stalker is still not being used to kill the Overlord. Let's go to Creator's vision. Come on, Creator. There's a big red dot on your minimap. You can kill it. Solar could get it to the bottom left corner where it's safe. But I think he just keeps assuming it's going to die. There we go. He grabs the Stalker, tells it to go there. There's an Adept in the wall off. Oracle turns on its laser beam to chase those Lings away. Dead even on the work account right now. Those 2 Adepts going to come in, and it's double forge again. Now this time it's straight to double forge. I think this is way better than doing it the other way. I don't mind this nearly as much. So I still prefer the splash damage styles, but I will say this is the best way to do it. Very quick double forge and try to get that payoff. Oh, Solar accidentally attacked the rocks. What is going on? Is Solar's mouse broken, guys? Remember he had that weird Queen's not attacking at the start? He's typed a few times in chat whenever he's had like slightly weird micro moments, and then he just A-moved on the bloody rocks, which could just be a misclick, but it's just uncharacteristic because he could have at least heavily damaged those adepts, if not killed them. 1-1 upgrades are on the way, as well as Blink here for Creator. He's also going straight to 6 casters as well. It's a big map. You can see feels a lot safer here to just play a big boy macro game. Single drone goes down, but these Oracles heavily wounded. On the other hand, even though you haven't found big Oracle damage, does it matter? I mean, look at this. That you haven't found big Oracle damage, but he's even on workers with you. You've now got a few Stalkers at the front, which, honestly, this is more a show of force than anything else. This is trying to scare the opponent. You're not really ready to march into war here with 4 Stalkers and an Adept. You're just trying to get him to build army units and not drones. And you see what's building. A lot of not drones building right now, guys. Zerglings, those are not drones. Roaches, those are also not drones. Lots of not drones. Stalker Sentry is ready with the battery. Should be able to defend as long as his units don't chase. Careful, careful. Bad Sentry, bad. Oracles are nearby, though. And I think a good pullback here for Creator. He takes a 4th base up the top as well. 7 minutes. Infestation Pit's on the way, as well as droning up above 70 workers now. So Solar's going to drone his 4th, but with a 4th on the way, I think Creator's happy. He's currently on 5 gateways going to 8, and he's got a Robo Bay coming up, as well as a 2nd Robo. So yeah, this is going to be cool. I really like this build, and I wonder what Solar does, because he starts a 2nd Evo and an Infestation Pit. I think he's going to go Spire. I think he's going to go Broodlords. I haven't seen him really do this in a while. No, okay, he's going to go Lurkers. All right, Hydroden goes down. Like, he has to go Hive, because double Evo Chamber and all these drones and gases, this is going to slow down any sort of Ravagerling Bane timing. So he's going to go Hive. He's going to try and play Lurkers. The Colossus are not very good versus Lurkers. So it actually feels like the tech's timing out really nicely, and it's very important for Creator to spot what's happening. Oracles turn on their lasers, kill a few of those units. Creator's vision is very limited. Let's go to his vision. Got a Prism in the main. He hasn't seen the Hive, though. He's got an Observer there. He's seen the Infestation Pit. He should have an idea of what's happening. Doesn't feel like it's on his radar just yet. He's building a Disruptor and an Immortal. He's not making Colossus this game. Maybe he does realize Immortals and Disruptors are way better versus Lurkers than Colossus. Okay. I don't know how he made that read. Did he see the Hydroden? Oh, he did see the Hydroden. Never mind, guys. So he saw the Hydroden, so he knows it's Lurkers. Great scouting for Creator. He has very good awareness. Ooh, lots of Roaches and Lings out. More of those crappy units you can force, the better. Remember, there's no Baneling speed. Lings can push back for now, but Oracles will always damage you if you do any more. Hive has been finished, and those Phoenix looking for that Lurker Den scout. But he's not really microing it. I think he's just pretty sure of what's happening anyway. He's like, yeah, whatever. I'll just not even pay attention. 5th Nexus in the top left. More Immortals building right now. So 3 Disruptors, 2 Immortals will be out. Pausing the Robo production temporarily is Creator. He's making a few more Archons and Zealots. Is he looking to push pre-Lurker? I don't think he has a timing. He's making more cannons, more batteries. Ooh, these rocks going down. A Lurker shove down that right flank could be deadly. Zealots moving out. They see some Zerglings here. Stasis Trap tries to go down. Lings run into it. A little bit of a derpy derp there. Storm's on the way as well as a Fleet Beacon. Creator's making every piece of tech in the book. And that's okay, but Storm, Fleet Beacon, it'll help later. I mean, he's definitely more set up for the late game, and he's got a 5th base on the way, right? Whereas Solar's 5th is so slow. It feels like Solar's just got to win with Lurkers, right? And now he's making a Baneling Nest? Oh, that makes no sense. That makes no sense. This is what Dark's been doing recently in PvZ called I have no idea what I'm doing, and it went to late game, and I'm used to the Protoss trying to kill me, and they didn't. So I'm just going to make a bit of everything. This is not a good choice. To go Banelings this late in the game, it's too late in the game to add Banelings. Don't get me wrong, Creator can still make mistakes, and it could work. Disruptors do pick off a Lurker there. But it's unlikely. You're basically committing to low-tier units. Creator could start carriers. He's already got 3-3 on the way, and a mothership, and he can go for carriers. He's going out to 10 gas. His 5th base is here. He can transfer workers as these minerals mine out to that top left. He's got a 6th base on the way. And you're like, how are you ever going to go Spire off this? You haven't built an income advantage. He kills his own Ravager to clear up some supply. Surprised he's not killing Roaches, actually. I guess because it was only one Ravager, he doesn't want it to take priority when he selects his army as a spellcaster. So he's just clearing it for simplicity's sake. Single Ravager Bile, not really worth your attention in a big battle at this stage. 2-1 upgrades on the way. I mean, at least Solar's gone double Evo, but he's very far behind on those upgrades. So 1-1 Roaches versus 2-2 Zealot Immortal here. The Oracle's turning on their lasers, plus the Immortals should be able to clear this. But if the Roaches and Lings can take out the Immortals, that's decent. He gets one of them. A few more Zealots warp in. Army will get cleaned up on the front. Looks like the Lurkers push these guys back. He's got Storm and Disruptors available. Careful, Creator. Careful, mate. Lurkers take out a few of them. Ball does go out, and those Changelings are getting picked off, trying to remove Solar's vision of what's going on out there. Hallucination's still scouting the bottom side. Spire is now on the way. Still no sign of Pathogen Glands, though. You know he's not really going Infest a Broodlord until the Infestation bit's on the way. Another Lurker does get picked off. Creator's doing a good job of splitting. Apparently, he's only got one Stargate, though, so he started carrier production. If he had 3 carriers building, I like that so much more than Mama. Mama is a pretty dumb unit. I don't think she's very good at all. Oh, no, Immortal! Immortal moves out of the wall. Creator, you've got time, warp in. The Lurkers shove on the front. They get caught by Disruptors and Immortals. Oh my god, the Lings are getting in. The Lings are getting in, guys. Massling, Overseer doing what they can. The Lurkers run back into the army on the front and get hammered. But, okay, the Immortal's going to distract for a little bit. He's going to lose a lot of probes, though. More Zealots warping in. Remember, he's got 11 gateways. As his supply frees up, he can warp in more units. Luckily for him, there is a cannon there. He's going to do some hold position micro. Hasn't lost too many probes just yet, but those are +2 Adrenal Zerglings. They tear down cannons. Where are the Zealots? Where are the units to defend? Created with a bit of a derpy on the splitty split. Mama's going to come back with some Oracles, finally clean this up, and those Lings do get pushed back on the south as well. Oh, they're going to take out some of the Disruptor. Sentry will fall, almost, but it barely survives. Lings in the main do go down along with the Overseer, but they do get 13 probes. More importantly, they buy time and they spot that there is a carrier transition beginning. And so the Corruptors are able to start, as well as those air upgrades, one at a time. Baneling Tech really has achieved nothing this game, as I expected. Luckily, he's not making Banelings, because that would be a fantastic way to dump money. Just throw it in the garbage bin. And that's all it would achieve. Chuck it in the bin, man. Just chuck your money in the bin. Make Banelings against Archon Storm Carrier. 3-3 upgrades, pretty good, but no Plasma Shields, man. I always say that if you're going to go double upgrades after +1 or +2 armor, you should start Plasma Shields. Because now there's always this point where you're going to be like replacing with Archons whenever you need a raw fighting unit, and you're going to be going air. Both of those require Plasma Shields. He's starting it now, but I do think it's a bit higher value than +3 armor, because it also upgrades a lot faster than +3 armor as well, and it affects all your units. Zealot Stalker going to take out a hatchery in the top. Nice move by Creator. He's got Blink Dark Templar on the way, and this is the part of the game where Creator is meant to be the better player. Solar's higher tier overall as a player than Creator. He is the favorite in this series, but once we get to this stage, I would say it's probably 55 or 60% Creator, 45, 50% at best for Solar. So, especially remember, because Solar doesn't have like a giant bank. Oh, Disruptor shots cleaning up those Lurkers, man. Psystorm on the Lings? Psystorm on the Lings? Oh god, here come the Corruptors. This is only a section of Creator's army. Clearly, it's like a small group of units. Where is the rest of his army, guys? Where is it? He's got 3 Immortals there. Where are Creator's units? Has to warp in some Stalkers to stop those Corruptors peeing on his Robos. He's got... There we go. Okay, Immortal Zealot, a High Templar, a Carrier. He's got this random army kind of counter-attacking now. It's going to go across the map. There's Lings, a Lurker, some Hydras coming out. This is getting really weird. Army coming back right now. The Corruptors do not find the Warp Prism. They will easily kill the Carrier, though. Carrier will go down. This single Dark Lurker is going to do so much damage, man. That single Lurker is such a problem. There's just no detection here. With Overseer Corruptor, that's going to be an issue. Meanwhile, down here, Zealot Stalker cleans that up. Single Lurker still denying the 6th base. Stalkers could keep blinking after these Corruptors to try to deal with them. And it looks like a swap back into a ground army. He's got 9 Immortals, 2 more on the way. There's no Broodlords out right now. So that actually could work out okay. We're going to see Mass Hydra Lurker coming in versus these units. And there's no Great Aspire even, so we can't even make them into Broodlords. So these Corruptors are kind of just a PP harassment squad at this point. These are those bunch of friends of your friends' friends that come over when you're having people over for a bit of a barbecue. Maybe you guys are watching the fight or something. And then why is there a puddle of pee next to the toilet? You're guests in my house. You're my friend's friend. He vouched for you. And now you're peeing on and behind the toilet. How hard is it after 3 beers at a freaking casual barbecue to get it inside the toilet? Solar says, I'm sorry. Sorry, did I miss? Oh, sorry, man. I'm one of those guys where when you shake his hand, you can smell the piss on his hands. You're like, God damn it, man. You're not even an alcoholic. You're just rude. Stalker's doing a good job on the south side, picking off some of those units. Immortal High Templar Archon rotating north right now. Stalker's trying to get away down here. They're going to pick away. Ooh, Lings do take out a bunch of them. That's a big Immortal army. If he can see the Lurkers, he's good. He's got 2 observers. He's got a few observers there. Takes out 1 or 2 of the Lurkers, does storm down some of the High Templar, morphs an Archon, and even pushes the Archon back to safety while it's morphing. That Lurker on the top takes out 1 of the High Templars, though. Those storms do nothing. They do nothing. The Immortals might be enough, though. Behind it, Corruptors come in for round 16 of the PP on the Nexus. They might get that Nexus. Oh my god, the army on the front is just too powerful, though. Creator with the swap back into ground just crushes through. Keep in mind, that was 3-3-3 Immortals at the end of that game, and he had like, how many? 12? Yeah, 12 Immortals on the map. All of them here at the front. A 12 Immortal push is very, very hard to stop. You need a lot of Lurkers all together. And he was just getting caught a bit spread out without enough Lurkers. Really nice opportunistic push for Creator. Enough Archons to deal with any Zerglings as well. Oh, that was a lovely series for Creator. GG, well played.